Darryn Peterson. The term generational talent gets thrown around a lot, but when every major outlet has you pinned as the consensus #1 player in your class before you step foot on a college campus, the hype isn't just noise, it's a promise. At 6'5", 195, with a game that's equal parts power and poetry, Darryn Peterson isn't just coming for the throne, he's being fitted for the crown. Peterson is a unique mover. When you see him in person, it looks like he's gliding on the floor as if he's on skates. Pair those kinesthetics with insane twitch and a creative handle, and Peterson gets to wherever he wants on the floor. Watch Darryn operate in the open court here, grabbing the board, pushing the pace, hitting the defender with a devastating left-handed in-and-out dribble to leave him in the dust, opening up a clean driving lane as Arenas decides not to make an effort to protect the rim. In the half court, Darryn likes to operate out of the triple threat, using jab steps and pump fakes to bait defenders into bending to his whim. Peterson's a walking paint touch, using a combination of advanced creative ball handling, a lightning-quick first step, and a killer hezzy to freeze defenders before exploding to the rim like a car hitting the NOS button. Now, while Peterson is a lightning rod to the cup, he also wins with pace, playing slow to fast and high to low to keep defenders guessing. As defenders rotate to help, Peterson uses his elite spatial awareness and a combination of bend, burst, and body control that allows him to split doubles and slither through tight spaces with smooth strides and crafty Euro steps. Look at the skill on display here as Peterson glides through multiple defenders on the Euro, utilizing pristine spatial awareness, pacing, and stride to get into open space before finishing the push shot through some slight contact. And once he's at the rim, his ridiculous hang time and soft touch takes over. He finished a blistering 70% at the rim combined between prolific prep and team phenom in 3SSB, often punctuating drives with one of his 34 dunks in those 28 games per Synergy's database. Peterson is not just a super athlete using athleticism and strength to bulldoze his way to the rim. He's a craftsman using push shots that extend out to the free throw line and ambidextrous finishes with feathery touch in the in-between areas, where he shot 46% on 37 attempts at prolific per Synergy's database. Peterson also already brings high-level craft to earn trips to the charity stripe, generating 9.4 free throw attempts per game at prolific prep. Peterson uses his special downhill ability to get defenders on their heels, pressuring the rim and seeking contact on late rotation. He could take advantages of mismatches on the block and is already proficient at the art of the grift. Operating out of the triple threat, Darryn keeps the ball low, punishing defenders who get too handsy by utilizing a Chris Paul-esque rip-through to earn easy trips to the line. He constantly applies pressure by using pump fakes and leans into the body to bait defenders into off-balance contests which create contact. Now, this overt grifting can sometimes backfire. There are times Peterson focuses so much on earning the whistle that he abandons the best shot, forcing up junk and wasting a possession. But make no mistake, his innate ability to draw fouls is a legitimate weapon, and it's a major reason his overall scoring efficiency remains so elite. This efficiency is the product of a truly versatile scoring diet, one that makes him a nightmare to game plan for. Darryn's a real-deal 3-level scorer, with the athletic identifiers and motor to back it up, not afraid of doing the dirty work, attacking the offensive glass with a lightning-quick second jump. Darryn also likes to get to his advanced back-to-the-basket game, showing off pristine footwork and shot-making, as he's capable of turning over either shoulder in the mid-post. This is an area of the floor where Darryn feels super comfortable. He'll fly off DHOs and pull up at the elbow when a big is too deep and drop, and he likes utilizing a shoulder bump to free up some space and stick a midi in his defender's eye when he's tightly contested. Complementing his interior and mid-range scoring is the development of his outside shot. A threatening outside jumper is a non-negotiable price of admission for an elite NBA scoring guard, and Peterson has all the tools to pay it in full. His shot's quick and smooth, with great elevation that allows him to rise up unbothered by tight contests. While Peterson's jumper passes the eye test, I'd classify him more as a shot maker than pure shooter at the moment, and he'll need to find more consistency from deep as he still has questions to answer after shooting 36.2% at prolific and a subpar 26% from 3 on 3SSB circuit. Now, even with the subpar percentages, Darryn's comfortable shooting a variety of different looks from deep, as evidenced by his volume. Darryn likes to get loose off the bounce, creating out of ISOs or using ball screens to get shots up. And you see the nuance on a possession like this, utilizing the CP3 throw-ahead dribble as his defender makes contact with the screen, allowing him to get to his spot quicker and walk into a quasi-self-created, almost catch-and-shoot type look. And he's comfortable from deep NBA range, this one in the clutch from the logo at the expense of Lehigh in the quarterfinals of Nationals. Darryn loves setting his man up, playing off these hang hezzies, and he has the footwork and confidence to knock down tough NBA-level stepbacks in either direction. Prolific would even run him off movement, where his quick release and comfortability taking tough shots gave him confidence to shoot him, even with somewhat limited success. Now, cleaning up his footwork, particularly the balance on his landing on spot-ups off the ball, as well as eliminating that consistent snake bite in his release will be key to getting those percentages up. You can see on this possession how Darryn opts to pull away the follow-through instead of the preferred gooseneck finish, which leaves his shot at the front of the rim. Now, part of the reason for the consistent snake biting is Peterson's diet of tough shots. Darryn is a tough shot maker, but there are times when he is overly forcing the issue and settles for tough, highly contested shots, sometimes over multiple defenders. While Darryn is capable of hitting this shot, he would be better served to hit the wing, who could either catch and shoot or make a one more to the corner on the rotation. Now, this isn't to say that he's a ball stopper, but Peterson can be prone to soaking up clock by over-dribbling, and sometimes the offense stagnates a little bit as everyone watches him cook. This allows the defense to set, rest, and close passing lanes, leading to tough, forced shots and ill-advised passes. Elite scorers are tasked with taking tough shots regularly. This is the difference between role players and stars. However, there's usually a learning curve that young scorers go through as they learn the difference between a necessary tough shot and a forced shot that bails out the defense. Because with great scoring comes great responsibility, and that leads us to his playmaking. Peterson brings the ball up the floor and sets up the offense, but isn't a true point guard. You can see how he turns the ball over on these possessions, trying to initiate the set and kind of thinking robotically as he fails to keep his dribble alive, getting stuck trying to force passes to the wing. Peterson's playmaking ability is more in the mold of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a professional scorer who looks for his shot first and then leverages his gravity to create for his teammates when the shot's not there. Peterson is a very willing passer, and he likes to push the pace in transition with hit-aheads or kickouts when he handles the ball on the open floor, looking to go coast to coast. In the half-court, Peterson's relentless rim pressure opens up opportunities for slick drop passes where the defense collapses. This is a ridiculous dump-off in a tight space, improvising on the drive. And that rim pressure leads to plenty of drive and kick opportunities to shooters as defenders rotate to cut off his drive. This one right here is special, as you can see how calmly Darryn operates in tight spaces, collapsing all 5 defenders into the paint and throwing a ridiculous wrap-around jump pass to the wing. Peterson's developing as a pick-and-roll operator as well. He's comfortable hitting the roll man where his height allows him to see over the top. He loves playing into space, rejecting the screen, surveying and looking for the open man, either at the rim for a lob if he can probe inside, or off a weak side skip to the corner when he sees the defense overload to the strong side. Now, he's still learning to manipulate the second layer of the defense. He regularly makes those passes, but it's more off of improvisational drives than the aforementioned manipulation. As he matures, he'll realize that every dribble in a particular direction will shift the defense due to that scoring gravity. This is the secret sauce that makes guys like Luka and Trey such elite playmakers. Right now, his score-first mentality puts him in tough spots that he tries to beat by himself often, forcing strips in traffic or even lazy throwaways, which contribute to his 3.1 turnovers a game. Now, the vision's developing and trending in the right direction. The issue is consistency and at times accuracy. Because he's often thinking shoot first, his passes can be a hair off target as he kills his dribble or leaves his feet before pivoting to a pass to the open man, giving off-ball defenders time to recover and close out for a contest. Now, Peterson will undoubtedly play a heavy on-ball usage role next season at Kansas, even initiating the offense as he did in high school. The potential as a primary initiator at the next levels are undeniable, but the mindset and precision still needs to evolve from good to great to reach his super-duper star offensive ceiling. Now let's talk defense, because this is where Peterson separates himself from the typical bucket-minded guard. On the ball, he's a fluid lateral mover who sits deep in his stance, uses his length, and flips his hips well. He has insane hands and reaction time, generating deflections and steals in the passing lanes at ludicrous rates. He just shadows Dylan Mingo here and pokes the ball away, turning defense into offense. And he really battles when guarding up. He's given multiple inches of height on this possession against Nate Ament, but he's able to front and prevent him from catching over the top on the block, moving him to the mid-post. Then he takes the bump and gets a hand right in his grill. On this possession on Koa Pete, Darryn denies the entry completely, then makes a great low man rotation on the dribble penetration. These 2 possessions on Elijah Arenas show his ability to mirror and anticipate as he beats Arenas to the spots, forcing an awful forced shot and turnover, again turning defense into offense. But his most spectacular trait might be his shot blocking. For a guard, his instincts are elite. He uses that incredible hang time and verticality to meet players at their apex and contest shots at the rim, both using that verticality and a willingness and ferociousness to send that shot back out to half court or the front row. Even at the high school level, this is a truly rare and valuable skill that is reminiscent of a young Dwayne Wade. Now, Peterson's not without his flaws defensively. He can get fidgety with his feet and bite on pump fakes on shot contests, and he'll sometimes take wide angles on screens, forcing him to chase and get to the shooter lane on rear view contests. Off the ball, he'll occasionally disengage or get caught with his hand down on closeouts, or compound that mistake by trying to gamble his way back into a play and foul a shooter. Still, there are real high-level flashes both on and off the ball, locking up one-on-one and making sharp positional plays off the ball. The kind of flashes where if he commits to really playing both sides, it'll place him in real deal two-way superstar territory. So what are you getting by buying stock in Darryn Peterson? You're investing in one of the most complete offensive packages that we've seen in a high school prospect in years. A 3-level scorer with an NBA-ready handle, elite athleticism and movement patterns, and a burgeoning playmaking game. You're buying the Dwayne Wade-esque combination of creation, slithery finishing, and defensive playmaking. You're hoping for the Kobe Bryant-level footwork, mid-post mastery, and killer instinct. And even if he fails to reach those lofty expectations, there's a more physically dominant Jalen Green type of floor. Whether Peterson's ceiling is a stratosphere or merely the clouds, he'll be delivering a franchise-altering talent to wherever he ends up in the league. In a class featuring phenomenal talents like AJ DeBonsa and Cam Boozer, the debate for the top spot is going to be fierce. But Darryn Peterson isn't just asking for a share of the spotlight, he's seizing the whole damn thing. After a dominant senior season and all-star spring, Peterson made a powerful statement, shaping the narrative that the throne is his, and everyone else is merely contending for second place.